Hi. How you doing? So good to see you again. Happy Friday. First of all, we made it. We made it through the week. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're ready to have some fun with all of the things we're doing right here. I got my tea. It's super hot. That was hot. But it's good, really good. Ready to do some coding today. One unfortunate thing that happened 2 days ago. We ended up in a bad note because I didn't know what was going on with the freaking overlay on OBS and why did it work on a browser and not on the overlay. And unfortunately, because it's an overlay, you don't get any dev tools, notifications, errors, nothing. It just doesn't work, doesn't tell you why. But I figured it out. And it was so dumb. Like so dumb. In fact, I felt so frustrated. Well, happy because I figured it out and I didn't have to think about that for the next 2 days. But sad because literally ended the stream 15 minutes later. I was thinking, why was happening? Why was this happening to me? I stayed on it for like 15 minutes and figured it out. It was so dumb. You want to know what it is? You want to know what it was? You ready? Here, let me show you what the problem was. That right here was a private channel. Private channels do not work on overlays. Hey, C Films, thank you so much for rating. How was your stream? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day. And welcome, Raiders. My name is Arturo. I am a PHP developer with 20 years of experience. 10 of those years I've been using the Laravel framework, and I like to create little projects on stream to help bring people over to the Laravel ecosystem. And today and for the last 3 weeks, we've been working on a project to create my own text-to-speech dashboard or panel using the Twitch API with Laravel Livewire. I'm doing good, thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for rating. So yeah, I was saying that we had this problem where we couldn't make the overlay work. I have like an overlay for OBS, which is just a page. It's just a web page that is running Livewire and Reverb in the background. And it wasn't working. The Reverb integration was not working. Basically, you cannot run private channels over on an overlay. I don't know why the socket connection does not work with private channels, but as soon as I turn it into a channel, regular channel, things started working. And I'm gonna show it in a couple of minutes. I just need to set up a few things so that we can start working on this again. I guess I'm gonna do it here. Open up my Ghosty. Open up a Tmux session so I can split this panel in 2 or 3. So over here, let's head into cd her CTS panel. And let's split this into 2 as well. Let me see if I can remember. I'm new to Team Up, so I'm still remembering the command. So it's this and that. Okay. So I need reverb. I need the cue. What else do I need? I need beat. So I'm gonna need another panel here. Let's put beat over there. Start with this. PHP artisan. Reverb start. Okay. And here let's do PHP artisan. You listen. And down here, let's make this a little bigger. Let's do npm run dev. Everything is running. Switch over to, all right, reverb is connected. Does wheat need wheat or me? Why are you like this? No, it doesn't. Let's see. Let's go to VS Code real quick. And so, first thing I did was change that to a regular channel instead of a private one. And then the next change that I did was over in Twitch overlay. Show overlay, is it? Show overlay, yes. So this is the code as it is right now. I have this. Actually, let me show you the components first. So I changed it. This was private as well. I guess I could do an attribute as well, but for now this is working, so I'm not gonna touch it just yet. But I'm just listening for the Twitch event created event, and that happens when I have done does beat does not eat. How many do you have? Huh? How many? And no, beat does not repeat. Neither he lives on the street. I can do that too. So this event created, this Twitch event created happens or is broadcasted when I'm done creating and collecting all the information for the event, and it hits the database. So once it's in the database, then I raise that event. Also, I changed the definition of the event so that I can pass in the event ID, because the overlay is not going to be authenticated, which means I cannot access the auth user to get the Twitch account. So I have to rely on the event ID to basically fetch the event out of the database and present all the information in the little card that I have. So now that is being passed in the event. And then on Twitch event created, which is the method that listens for this broadcasted event, I basically grab the event ID, put it in a public property, and I grab that from the event payload, which travels as an array. And then I call this fade in card. The fade in and fade out works basically with two Boolean attributes that basically control the display of specific classes in the card root element. So if fade in is true, then I show this animation, which is the Jack in the Box animation, which pops it up like this. And then if fade out is true, I switched that for the fade out animation, which just fades it out down to the bottom. If either of those is false, or if both of them are false, that means that I have to hide the element altogether. Now, I'm just putting the event ID here, but the actual fetching of the event model happens on the render method. Every time the component has to re-render, I check if I have that event ID set, and if I do, I go and find the Twitch event using that ID and put it in another public property, optional public property, which is actually a Twitch event model. And then I render the page, and in the render page, I am using that event public property with the question mark so that it doesn't fail when it's null. I have a script that is running on the overlay, which I intend to use for hiding, for showing and hiding the, not showing, but for hiding the overlay once the audio has done playing. Once the audio is played, then I will just hide the thing. What I'm doing right now is just listening using echo for the same event, Twitch event created. And what I'm doing to test things out is that whenever that happens, I start a timer for 5 seconds. And then when that timer expires, I dispatch the audio player ended, which is the event that I'm going to be using later. I'm just trying it out to see if it works. So basically, the card should pop up, stay for 5 seconds, and then when this is dispatched, I just call the fade out method, which sets the fade out public property to true, and therefore hiding the card. Let me check OBS to see if the overlay is running. It is. I'm going to hide it and show it just in case to refresh it. And let's give it a try. I'm going to go over here, and I have a command that will raise an event as if it was happening from Twitch, which is PHP artisan Twitch event. Let me make sure that I'm looking at this correctly. Yep. So fingers crossed, everything works fine this time. Three, two, one, goes away. Yay! So yeah, that is working, which is great. All I have to do now is work on the audio part. I need the audio to start playing as soon as that card shows up. And once the audio is done playing, I want to mark the event as played and hide the card, which should be easy, to be honest. But let's see if we can get that done right away. And once we are done with that part, I got an email because I subscribed to the issue that was happening with the... Actually, I can try it out now. I don't know if you remember, but we worked for 2 hours on a clip command that would allow me to create clips from the stream using a button on my Stream Deck, which basically was working with a webhook on the same project that we're working here. But it didn't work at the end because the clip command was having issues, or the clip API request was having issues on Twitch for everyone. And I received an email a day ago saying that it was supposedly fixed, and they closed the issue. So I want to see if that is still the case or if it's fixed. Do you pull your data and then design it in one function? Or do you pull it with one function and then design it in a second function? What do you mean by design it? By design it, do you mean the actual little card that shows up on screen? Is that what you mean by designing it? So yeah, I'm actually gonna try it in my, I have a button here already. Let me see if it works. The visual element of the data. Okay, just give me 1 second. Oh, it's working. It's working now on my Stream Deck. Cool. Well, I want to see what's better, if it's better with the old button that I had or the new one that I created on stream. I'm going to try those. See what's better. So basically the visual element, it's pre-designed. It's a template. So the visual element of the card is nothing but a pre-designed template with HTML, which is, it goes from this div all the way to this div, and that is just the template for the Livewire component. And I have just replacements for the data. Whenever I change the data in the component class here, whenever I make a change to any public property, first of all, every public property in a Livewire component, I can then use as a PHP variable in the template, like this event variable, for example. I can just use that as a variable in the template. And also, whenever you call a function and modify something, modify the value of any of those public properties that are being used in the template, Livewire re-renders the visual element to reflect the new values in the variables. So if I change fading from false to true, there will be an XHR request or an AJAX request from the client to the server to refresh the data and re-render the visual elements of the page. And that happens behind the scenes, so you don't even notice it. All you notice is that you did something in the back end and the front end reacted to it. This render method, basically all it does is same as it happens with a, I don't know if you're familiar with regular Laravel controllers, where when you call render or return a view, you return the data that goes with the view and then render it all together to be presented and return that as to the client. That render function basically does the same. Every time there is an update to the class state, this render function will run again. I chose to put this here just to be sure and not to worry about the value of event ID and event. I just need to know that every time the component re-renders, this value will refetch data from the database. I could very much put it in, like not put it here, but I think this makes me feel more safe that the data will always be fresh when the component re-renders, when it changes state. For the next part, I think I'm going to use the code that I created for the previous project, which was the the TTS ads for the radio station, the radio station project, because I do remember that I did have a piece of JavaScript code that reacted to the audio finishing playing, basically. So I'm gonna go hunt that down, see if I can put it here as well. All right. Now, where was that in? Was it in create ad? Maybe, but it was in the template. Not list ad, maybe create ad. Let me check. Let me check. Here it is. Kinda. I already have, okay, so LED audio, new audio. So this is how I create a new audio element. How am I adding it to the page? Wire on play audio. Oh, so I'm just pausing it, setting the source, and then playing it. So I don't need to add it to the page. I just need to have the element created as a class and then manipulate the sourced attribute. Oh. I guess I was using this to avoid caching, which makes sense. Where did I dispatch? Oh, that was a button, wasn't it? That was a button, a play button, all the way over here. Here it is. Wire click preview. So there's gotta be a create event, no, create ad component with a preview method. Okay, so I was doing the text to speech on the click of a button, not before. So, okay. And then dispatch this event. Play audio here. Okay. Let's see. I can take this JavaScript, or most of it at least, and kind of use it myself. Starting with this part, copy this, get back to the other project, open the show overlay template, and just paste it over here. No, not like that. Okay, so with that, I have an audio component. Now, the event already has the file path, which is basically the file name in the storage folder. So as soon as this component loads, I just have to do it inline here. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna just wait. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm gonna grab these two things copy, then just paste. Because basically what I want is for this to, oh wait. Can I use, okay, that's gonna be a problem, I guess. Maybe not. I guess I can do wire event file path, because this event variable, I can access the public property from the PHP class as a JavaScript value as well, while accessing the wire class, because this wire basically represents my PHP class and everything that it contains, including the event. Now that storage, is that gonna be the place? Let me see. By the way, I should also start thinking about cleaning up the storage folder, because if we take a look at it right now, let's say we go to public, storage, yeah, we need to clean this up. So many files. Oh dear God. We're gonna think about, we're gonna create a scheduled task that will delete all events and their files. So yeah, it's in storage, that's fine. So storage, and then the file path with TS, which is basically just a parameter that will prevent caching in JavaScript. And then I just hit play. Now there could be a problem when two events come in at the same time. But I guess I'll deal with that problem later. Or technically not. They should be taken care of in a queue, but the problem is that once they're out of the queue and handled, there could be the possibility of an event showing up, and while it's playing, another event pops up on top of it, which will technically change it. It's not going to show up on top of it, it's just going to change the data, then play the audio again. I don't know. I guess I'll have to test it. Trigger two events at once. Just see what happens. Or I could control when to play the next event. I already have them in the queue. Problem is that I'm just letting them play on their own, which is not great. I mean, it's great, so I don't have to do anything, but I guess I could have, just as I added the button that we worked on for the clip command, which is just a HTTP request on my Stream Deck, could create another one that will basically triggers another event to take the last event, the last Twitch event, play it, and then mark it as playing. Yeah, we could do that. It's a bit more controlled, a bit of a more controlled situation. For now, let's just go with this. As soon as the script loads, pause the audio, set the source, play it. Now let's go and we need an event listener, I guess, or maybe not. I guess I could just, let's see how this is working right now. Here. I need this. Add an event listener to the audio, so when it ends, I dispatch an event. Copy this. I guess I'm gonna do it here first. And instead of audio ended, I'm gonna say audio player ended, which is the event that we are reacting to over here to hide the card, which means we don't need this. Wait. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. I'm just gonna comment this out. So when this thing loads, we create an audio component. We set an event listener so that when the audio ends, we dispatch a Livewire event, and that event will fade out the card. And then we pause the audio, set the source, and play it. And we play the audio, and when it ends, fades out. Should work. Let's see. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Back here, let's raise another event and make sure that everything is correct. Yes. And let's hit this. Should pop up in any minute. Pop up any minute now. Come on. No audio. That's bad. Damn it. So it's never hiding. Okay, cool. Let's try this in the browser to see what happened. Maybe there was a JavaScript error of some kind. Maybe. Come on, Google, don't be dumb. All right, sorry about the white. Let me refresh this. Go away. Thank you. Filter by XHR, that's good. Trigger another event here. All right, there was an update. Console, we have errors. Of course we do. Oh, there is the, okay. I guess I couldn't access event. It's telling me that I cannot read file path on no, which is unfortunate. All right, I guess it makes sense. That was null from the start, and I guess JavaScript just stopped working at that point. I'm gonna have to make a check first, because yeah, this event is null the first time it loads. So if we can make this work better, we only want audio if there is an event. If wire event different than null, then I want to do all of this. I'm gonna add a console log here just in case. Let's see. What is this? All right, so there are no errors anymore, which is good. Except for that one, I don't know what that is. Either way, let's try another event. See what happens. Still no audio. Why? 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 And there was no message, so that part of the code was never executed, which is concerning. Alright, we have ads. We're gonna take a break and we will figure it out. Yes, we can console log wire event every single time. See if there is any changes. I'm worried that sorry, I'm worried that reacting to the reverb event does not refresh the JavaScript for some reason. Which doesn't make sense. The entire component should refresh, but it's not doing it. I don't know why. We could also work with another Livewire event, or dispatch another Livewire event whenever we react to the event created. Reverb, I'm saying event every single time. So whenever we react to reverb, we dispatch another event saying, hey, we have an event created. The data is here, play the audio, so that it looks more like the other project where it was the click of a button that was playing the audio, but it was still a call to Livewire that dispatched an event and then play the audio. Yeah, we can do that. All right, we are back. I'm gonna take this out of here. And I'm gonna log it outside of the if. See how many times it's logged. If it's logged only once, that means I cannot rely on the script running twice whenever there is a re-render of the Livewire component. Neither. No, I'm not using neither of those. Let's see. Back to here. All right, that's once. That is no, which is expected. But then if I raise another test event here, the card pops up, but there is no other log, I'm guessing. Yeah, JavaScript doesn't refresh. That's the problem. Got it. Okay, we're going to rely on another Livewire dispatch in this case. All right. Which basically looks similar to this, where I was doing the audio pause and play inside this wire on, which is the JavaScript version of listening for Livewire events. So I'm gonna take that instead. That's not what I wanted to do. Undo, undo, undo. Take that, copy. Here. And paste it right there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the same name. Play audio. This takes in an event. And instead of file name, let's call it event file path. So technically we don't need this anymore here. I do need this event listener regardless. And I do need the audio class created. Get rid of that log and get rid of this if. I'm gonna do a console log here with the event payload just to be safe, just to see what's going on. Now we can move to the Livewire component, show overlay. And down where we listen for on Twitch event created, we grab this, fade in the card. Okay. We need the event. I'm gonna do some code repetition just for the sake of testing, and then I'm going to test. I'm going to remove it and see what happens, because right now I need this line over here. And 14 down and paste. I do need this because I do need to pass the event down when I do this dispatch. Play audio. Ooh, can you type? There. And also I need a parameter. Is that an array of parameters or no? Oh no, I just have to name it. Okay. And I just have to pass the file name too. I don't need the whole event. All right. Yes. Yes. Now what I'm going to do, if this works, I'm gonna try and remove the render part. Though I should make a note here. Well, no really. The render happens regardless, so I do have to check for event ID here. This could be no. Here, I know that there is going to be an event ID. I just loaded it. I'm gonna try and remove this part later, see if it still works. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to deal with having two fetches, one for the reverb reaction and another one for the rendering, I guess. Let's see if this actually works. All right. Here, reload, no errors. And let's raise another event. Oh, well, we have another error, but that's a good error, I guess. We're passing an object, which is not good. Oh, file path is an object. Oh, okay. Okay, we're close. I thought it was going to pass the value, but it's going to pass an object with the value as a key. So I guess I have to go back to this. Okay, try that again. Almost, but that was Livewire being stupid. Sometimes Livewire flickers and reloads the page while executing. I don't know why it does that, but I kind of heard the thing working. Let's try that again. I'm actually going to disable it on the overlay first, just so it doesn't play twice, and just play it here in this white background. And go.
Simplicity is the ultimate.
Still play it twice.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Still play twice. But that means it worked. Well, why did it play twice if it was disabled on? That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna close this one, and I'm going to enable the overlay over here, and just have it as an overlay in OBS. Play it again.
present above all else. Mabel Ravikant.
Yes. It works. Another one.
Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Dalai Lama.
Wise. Okay, okay. Another one.
He who is contented is rich. Lousy.
Nice. That could be you. In fact, I'm going to merge everything as it is. I'm going to deploy it. And I'm going to test it with an actual... Wait, no, I can't do that. I'm pretty sure I broke something when I changed that one event from private to public. And in fact, I'm going to run composer test. See if something is broken. That's just linting. All right. Oh, tests are passing, which is surprising. We have some return types. Oh, we still have work to do because it plays the audio, hides the card, but it didn't mark it as played. So we have to do that. Yes. So in the fade out card, do we do it in the fade out card or somewhere else? Guess we could do it there. Or let's make another function called marked as played, and marked as played will call fade out. That's not how you type. Okay, let's try that again. Marked as played. Do we need to pass something here? No. By the way, what were those return types? Where were those return types? In show overlay, of course. Hey, yo, hack codes. Hi, sorry to ask you question out of topic, but need help on Laravel Reverb, not really connecting. No, sure, no problem. What is it that you are experiencing right now? First question that I would have for you is, are you working locally? Or is this happening on the server? I need some return types. 14, 16, 18, 22. Actually fix those right away. It's happening locally. Are you using herd? Laravel herd? What are you using for your local server? So you're using Laravel herd. Okay, so basically, okay, next question. Is your local domain secure? Are you working with HTTPS or just HTTP? HTTPS. Okay, so let's try doing this. Start your Laravel reverb using, if I can find it, hold on, I'm gonna clear this. Control C, there you go. Start Laravel reverb using this command. PHP artisan reverb start debug and pass the host as 0000. Also, you need the other thing that you need is Laravel. Sorry, you need to have npm run dev running in the background. So you need a Vite development server while you're doing this. Unless you run npm run, it's safer to use the npm run dev because any change that you do is going to reload Vite, and Vite needs to be reloaded and all your assets needs to be compiled for Reverb to work correctly with your client. So make sure that you have npm run dev running. Make sure that this is started with that command. And finally, try looking into your .env file, and your app URL should be using the HTTPS already running npm. Good. Make sure your app URL is using HTTPS with your local domain, and then down in your Reverb configuration, obviously make sure that the app ID, key, and secret are correct, and also the host has to be the same as your app URL minus the HTTPS part. So just this. The Reverb port has to be 8080, and the Reverb scheme has to be HTTPS. Once you have those like that, try restarting Reverb and try rerunning npm again. So just change every time you change something here in the .env, just for safety, restart everything. Can you set up a production ready Laravel app with Docker? I'm sure you can. I would not, because I suck at Docker. I am an absolute dumbass with Docker. So I would probably just make a mess out of it. But you most certainly can, and I know of people that have done it. There's got to be someone in YouTube that has a tutorial for it. And Johan, what was failing for me when I was trying to do this, I used to have Reverb port as 433 for some reason, and that was a mistake. This port has to be 8080. Even if your local environment. I also started a queue worker. I don't know what. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. But it's not really related to the connection to Reverb, but that's fine. So yeah, I used to have this port as 433 because I thought that if my local environment is running on HTTPS, that port should be also for HTTPS, but it was not the case. You need to have that as 8080, even if your local development environment is running with SSL. And that worked for me. As soon as I did all of those changes, it kind of magically worked for me. I hope it works for you too. I don't get what that is. Debug inactive. I don't. Oh, when you start with debug active, stale is the response. Does it say starting a secure? Check on your browser where it tries to connect. Does it connect to port 8080? Yeah, also try and look into that, because if it doesn't, that's a problem. But does it say starting a secure server on 8080? It says that? Okay. And you don't see any of this. Message received, connection established. All you see is pruning stale connections. If you see this one, you're good. And also on your browser, if you filter by WS, you need to see this over here. Weird. Yeah, I don't know what the problem would be. Do you by any chance have your code in a GitHub repo? If you do, maybe you can post a question on the Discord server under Livewire, and then share the link to your code there as well, so that I can look at your code with more time and with more patience and see if there is something going on in the client where the client is trying to connect. Yeah, no, I get you. I was dealing with that problem for probably a month, and suddenly a buddy of mine helped me, and it started working. So do that. Post the question in the Discord server if you can. Post a link to your code on a GitHub repo, so that I can download that code and try it out myself and see if I can figure out the problem. But I doubt I can do it live on stream if I can't see your code and see what the problem is. So I hope that that's okay with you. I'll be trying to get to that question during the week. Do my very best to answer your question as soon as possible. Cool. It's working? Huzzah! All right. All right, cool. Yeah, no problem, dude. I'm glad it worked for you. I know and understand how painful it is to deal with that, and how good it feels to just have it working once it works. Yeah, I'm glad it worked. Awesome. Okay, so I was going to fix some of the returns here because this has to return void. This one returns an array, that's fine. This one returns a view. I think it's illuminate view. That's the return type, yeah. And there's got to be another one. Fade in card, also void. Fade out card, also void. And that's it. Okay. Now let's create this mark as played. Basically, I just need to say this event and hey, not a problem, dude. Your English is fine, and welcome in from Ethiopia. Appreciate that, dude. I'm glad I could help. That's the most important thing. Played at, let's set that to maybe carbon now. Oh, that'll work. And then this event save. Ooh. And finally we can call this fade out card, like that. So then we can come to show overlay, and instead of calling wire fade out card, we can call wire mark as played. We are in ads, so we're going to take a break and we will continue in just a moment. What is this live about? No problem. There are no problem in people asking questions. Never feel bad about it. The live I'm working right now, I've been working in this project for about it's been how many? Over 16 sessions. So that means 3, 6, 9. It's 3 weeks. For the last 6 weeks, I think. I suck at math. Basically, I've been working on this project for a while. And it basically is my way of creating my own text-to-speech panel or queue. The idea is, over on Twitch, I'm going to react to events that happen on chat. In this case, I'm reacting to channel point rewards. When someone redeems a special reward and send a message with it, I am subscribing to that event using the Twitch API. And whenever that happens, Twitch is going to make a call to a webhook of my choice, which is basically a web app running Laravel and adds a rover. So basically, I'm just asking Twitch whenever something happens on chat, a specific event, send a request, an HTTP request to a webhook of my choice, and then I handle that webhook, take the message from the chat, turn it into a text-to-speech audio file, store it in database, and put it in a queue so that I can then either play it manually, or what I'm doing right now is creating like an OBS overlay, which is essentially just another web page that reacts to an event coming in from Twitch, showing a card, playing the audio, and then hiding the card. It's just my interpretation of a fun text-to-speech service. Kind of like what it is right now on, kind of like what Windows has with SpeakerBot, but just implementing it myself with the Twitch API and Laravel and Livewire. I was looking at that and thinking, what is 16 divided by 3? 5 point. Okay, so I was close, right? 6 weeks, give or take. All right, so this we'll call wire mark as played. Basically, when the audio finished playing, mark it in the database as played, and then hide the card. That should work. In fact, let's try it with this. I'm going to put up the other panel that I had, which is TTS events, TTS panel.test events. And probably there are a lot there that are not marked as played. Let's see. Yeah, a lot. Oh, yeah. Shut up. Yeah. Laravel can do many things, and I think this is a very fun project for me because I do want to have like a text-to-speech on my chat that works on, that I can control, and it's of my own creation, and it's also an overlay in OBS and stuff like that. So it's really, really fun. So yeah, these are all the ones that I've been creating so far. And if I want to do it manually, I can come in here and just play that again.
Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Dalai Lama.
Cool. It wasn't really doing this part before. It kind of stopped there without when there was a dash, and it's doing it, and now it's doing it. All right, so I can do this manually, and also there is this mark as played button that I can click, and the message disappears from the queue. So I'm going to click all of those, just get rid of all of them. This also is working with Livewire. Marcus played, Marcus played, Marcus played, Marcus played. There. So what should happen is, if I'm looking at this, the event should pop on automatically, showing the OBS overlay, play there, and then when it's marked as played, it should disappear. Well, no, it's not going to. I kind of want it to disappear from here too, but what am I using to? Let me see. I guess I could dispatch another event. This is in show events. Show Twitch events. On Twitch event created, marked as played. I could listen for another dispatched event here. Will that work? I don't think it will work unless I broadcast it. because this component is it's in a complete. It would work if I dispatch an event and I can communicate via dispatch events in components that are loaded in the same page, but not across URLs. But I can broadcast something. And I guess that will be the next step. For now, I'm just gonna keep this here, and whenever the message is done playing, it's marked as played on the overlay, I can then refresh this and the message should disappear. Probably shouldn't discard them when played, instead of maybe use tabs so you could easily play back an already played TTS, like in case it was funny or something. Let me think. I guess in that case I should have another tab that will show all the recently played ones, like another route. So I'm not actually discarding them. If I wanted to play it back, I'll just have to come into the actual panel here, go into another route that has the played ones, and just find it there. Yeah, we can do that. That's a good idea. But let's see if this works. I want to see this mark it as played and then disappearing from this list. All right, so let's let me finish doing this first. Composer test. Wait, it's going to be probably going to be another error there on Latistan. Rector done. Yeah, missed a few. These ones are in show Twitch events. No, in show overlay 16, 18, 20, and 40. What is this PR? PR, PA. Line 16. Let me see what's on line 16. Oh, I have to give this type. So bool, bool, int. What else? Oh, come on, dude, don't do that. Just open the terminal. Thank you. 16, 18, 20, and then line 40. What do we have in line 40? Oh, the parameter. So payload. It's supposed to be, what is payload? Nice overlay, thank you. What is payload? It's an array. There you go. All right, let's try this again. Good. Everything is fine. Okay, so now let's clear this and raise another event over here. Where is it? PHP artisan Twitch event. Okay, so let me make sure I'm looking at the right places, and also, oh, what is going on here? I hadn't looked at it. Okay, so I have to refresh it. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys were looking at a big ass error screen. What's going on with this? Event ID must not be. Okay. So I have that was there for a while. Nobody told me. Jeez. Jeez. I can't touch event ID here. Why was this not failing on here? Overlay? Maybe it is. Yeah. Oh, it's failing on the render one. That's interesting. Is it because of the type? As soon as I added type, that started failing. Ah, okay. That's a problem. How about I do int and then have a value of, I don't know, -1? Would you like that? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, but I can just initialize it the inline. Int or no. Well, I can set it to null, to be honest, yeah. Can I do this? Need to int or null. I still have to give it a value, so let's use null. That worked. I don't have a mount method currently in this class. Okay, this worked. Let me see. Let me enable the overlay again in OBS, and it's clear. Cool. This entire time you were guys just looking at a 500 error, or how, God knows how long. Speak up. Say something. All right. I did say nice over. Yeah. Super informative. Say there is an error on the overlay. I mean, use your words. Nice overlay. And I was like, oh, thank you. So nice of you to say. Nice overlay. Okay, so this. Let me look at the other panel. Events. Oh, willy. Okay, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that. Okay. Let's hit this over here, and then I'm looking at here. Okay.
The best way to take care of the future is to take care of the present moment.
Interesting that it didn't show up on the events list. It should have. Is it broken? Probably. I think it's broken because I'm looking for a private event. Ah, okay. Well, if I refresh here, it's not showing. So it means it marked it as played, which is good. If I refresh this, it's not there. So the last event was actually marked as played, and everything is good in life. So I do need to fix this part though, because I did change one of the events from private to public, and I think that's what's causing this to fail. Let me see if that's the case. Head over to show Twitch events. Yeah, this is not private anymore. This is just echo events Twitch, and that should be it. Let me see. Refresh here. Go back to here. Open a new event. Boom, boom, and boom.
It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot.
Now, it didn't disappear on its own, but if I refresh, it goes away. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Livewire, baby. Okay, so let me make notes because there's a lot of things that I need to do, but I'm gonna forget. So let me open Obsidian, keep track of things. This is still on docket. I haven't been able to really look into it though. Imagination, that's still in the docket. React to river events with Livewire, that's done. Dynamically add classes to element, that's done. We still need to clean up all the files. We want to have a delete subscription command, but that's not urgent right now. What I want to do is clear up played events from the list when they are marked as played in the overlay. Okay. What was the other thing that I wanted? I think that was it. Oh, I need another played events list, so I can look at things that. Thank you. See, that's a compliment, not a double message. And I still checked for an error, but thank you, Johan. I'm calling Johan, but it's just Yoha. Yoha codes. Okay, never mind. Played event list, so I can look at all the events and play them. Now, what is a sensible amount of time to keep events stored? I'm thinking 1 day. There is no reason for me to go back more than a day to look for a played event. So I'm thinking just keeping files stored for 24 hours and then just cleaning that up. So anything older than a day, I just remove. And by remove, I mean I'm going to use soft deletes, I'm guessing, for the actual record, but I'm still going to remove the file when I delete something and just set that as set that field as null, I guess. But yeah, 1 day is fine. What else? What else do I need? What else do I need? Oh, it's Johannes. Okay. That's cool. Or I can call you Steve. No, that's just kidding. Yoha it is. And that Twitch overlay, that chat overlay is so delayed. I already answered your question and it's just showing up. Not like that. Maybe I should make my own. I guess we can deploy this as it is and then work on something else. Maybe pagination or cleaning up the files. Yeah, that's I am calling it success for now. I'm going to deploy it as it. Oh wait. I'm not gonna deploy it just yet. The reason being, I do want to protect the overlay URL a bit more because right now it's just /overlay, but that's not very secure. So I want to add like a an extra layer of protection to that route, and I'm probably gonna do that offline and just let you guys know what I did. I think all I'm going to do is just add like a query string parameter that is going to be like a secret key, and if that key is not passed in, then I'll just return a 403 or something. I guess we can do that now, and I'll just change the key later. Yeah, let's do that. Also, isn't there something in Laravel that does this for me already? The Sanctum has something like that? Let me check. API authentication. That's 5.8. API authentication. Let me read into that. Oh, what are you doing? API authentication. Yeah, but this requires me to send it as a header in the request, and I can't do that in an overlay. Token abilities, no, none of this work. Really? I have to install it? Oh. Okay. But that's going to be random. Well, I can just take this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create a 16 characters length key using a random string. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna create a new key in my .env file. And I'm gonna call it Twitch overlay secret. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in my services config file. Sir, please. I'm going to then go to show overlay. No, it's is it a route already? I think it's a route. Huh. It's a route with this. So I guess I can create. Yeah, let's do public string overlay secret. Is that gonna work? Let me think. All right, let me do something first. I want to see if this is going to turn into a snake case thing. I'm just going to copy that same value here. And then I'm going to turn it into a config file thing. Then I'm going to add an attribute here for this to be in the URL. And then over here, I'm going to go to overlay real quick. All right. If we do that, okay, that shows the value, but what if I pass in something else? Okay, so it has to be the same name. Yes, okay, so in that case I want this. Call it key. So if I pass this as key, now that is synchronized with my public property in my component. Yep. I'm just gonna call it key. I'm not going to give it a value here. now I'm going to add a mount. And let's say if this overlay secret is not equal to config services switch overlay secret, I'm going to abort with 403. There you go. So that way, only I know the secret. And I'm going to change that when I deploy it. And I'm going to change the value in the .env file and keep it secret so that nobody else can use this URL. I guess I have to quickly change it locally for it to work for now. I'm gonna go into OBS real quick. I'm gonna edit that source. I know you can't see it, but I can. So right click on the source and then properties. And in the URL, I'm gonna add the key and it's going to be equal to whatever is in the config file. Click OK. Refresh. And let's give it a try just to make sure.
Simplicity is the consequence of refined emotions. Jim Dallenberg.
Nice. All right. I'm going to create a pull request for all of this now. I'm going to run composer test one more time just to be safe. Knew it. Return type on show overlay line 28. Mount. Right. Let's add all of this. What did I add back? It should the JSON animate. Okay, that's cool. New OBS overlay. Added a new OBS overlay for playing PTS events. Let me review all those changes. You know what? I'm just noticing that. Well, I guess I'm not using it. The thing is, over in show Twitch events, I am listening for this on Twitch event created, but it's just an empty method, so it really doesn't matter. I added a new parameter on that event, but since this is just an empty method that its only purpose is to re-render the component, I guess discarding that parameter is not a big deal. Okay, never mind. Twitch event created, that's fine. New whole ass class. Remove that from there, and then one more configuration thingy. New dependencies. I'm not using this. I guess I could remove this part. I ended up not really using it, so it doesn't really have any place in my code anymore. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. This is in bootstrap.js. Also, there is some comments here that I'm not using too. Should remove all of this. Keep it clean, people, keep it clean. Also, bootstrap.js. Don't need this anymore. Right. And then a new overlay layout, that's good. New component template, that's good. Audio, wire dispatch. We can remove that comment. And new route over there. Kind of like my spacing. All right, that's good. Code cleanup. New commit. I guess this is a chore. And then sync. Create pull request. Here we go. And merge. All right. Changes are in. All I need to do is go back and deploy this in Forge. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to generate a new key for the overlay and then update that in the .env file on Forge. So that then I can modify my own OBS overlay here in OBS and use the live string with the new secret. This is still running? Wow. Oh, now I remember something else. We need to add, where can I put it? We need to grab the chatter colors to put them in the card. Willie, are you here? Do you remember that you gave me that link from the API documentation to request the chatter colors? If you can, do you know what link was that? Because I kind of want to save it here. I could go and find it myself, but if you have it at hand, that'll be awesome. Request Twitch chatter colors. Actually, I'm gonna go look for it. Oh, something failed. Why? Oh, Pine. You son of a bitch. Lint. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you. There. A little push to main. Never hurt anyone. Especially on Friday, right? I'm gonna look for that. The API endpoint on the Twitch documentation real quick. So dev.twitch.tv. Head over into my console resources documentation. Let's see if we can find it. Colors. Add color. Chatter. None of this. Twitch API. Chat and chatbots, maybe? No. So chat, get chatters. Get channel emotes, global emotes, channel chat badges, chat settings, send a shout out, send chat message, get user chat color. Here we go. Found it. Okay, so I'm going to have to make this request using the user ID, which is the user ID whose username color you want to get. To specify more than one user, include the user ID parameter for each user you want to get. No, this is just for one. Maximum of 100. Oh, you know what? I also want to test out. Did I merge this? I want to test out my own clip command. Do I have it? Sorry. That should be in commands or console. Status. I guess I removed it. Oh no, it's a web route. Hold on. It's here. So this should work. I'm gonna try it. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly go into my Twitch dashboard. 1 second. Create a dashboard. And content. Video, no, clips. So that was the last one I created. And it was, yeah, it's 30 seconds. I'm gonna see if mine one works. So I just have to hit this button. Gave me a good response. And what if I refresh this? So that's okay, that's how that looks. Showing up. It's a shame. I'm gonna have to debug that a little bit more. Let me take a look at that code. Maybe I am debugging it. Twitch controller. Yeah, I'm putting it in the log file. Let me check that. Laravel.log. Invalid OAuth access token. Oh, okay. Why? Oh, I guess it's now working with the query string parameter instead of the payload, because this should be working with a get. I think. No, this is the token. Token is fine. The one that should work as a get is this one, to create a clip. Should be a get request. With the account ID as a query string parameter, but that wasn't working when the thing was broken over on Twitch. So I guess I'm gonna have to change this and see if it works now. The client ID has to be okay. Let me go ahead and look at that real quick. now that I'm here and don't have anything else to do. Oh, you guys are looking at a 404 no found. 1 second. Sorry. Why is it a 404? Oh, I guess I was, I briefly, why is it a 404? What do you mean? What do you mean? One moment. Why are you not working? I did pull the recent changes, didn't I? What is going on with you? Overlay 404 not found? What? Why? Oh, it was cached. Huh. Okay. Can you refresh? Refresh cache. Okay. Okay, that worked. I'm gonna have to be careful with that one because it can very easily obscure my entire screen without noticing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I don't want that to happen. Maybe I can override the Laravel handling, exception handling for that route and just disable it altogether so that there is no error on screen. That could be distracting. I'll think about it. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Hey, that's a new one. I didn't create that one. Wait, who did that? I didn't. What? Did it work? Huh, that's interesting. Maybe it did work and it just took a while. And there is the 404 screen that I was looking at. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Click on the button, create a clip, and we're gonna give it a minute. Because what I think is happening is I am logging the first part of the error, which was the invalid access token, which happens here, but then I handled that in this if check, because if that was the case, I just needed to refresh the token and then try again, which apparently actually worked. And if I check the log again, it actually worked. There, it gives me the URL for the edit. Nice, it's working. What I don't like is it's still 30 seconds. Can I go to this? Oh. Who did that? I didn't. What? Shut up. Look at that. This is 30 seconds, but I can go back even more. Up to 90 seconds. Whoa. Up to 60 seconds. And I can scroll back and forth. But I cannot do that with the others. That's weird. Can I do it with this one? If I click on edit. No, that's just 30 seconds. That's the thing. Huh. I wonder for how long I have access to this edit URL. I'm gonna keep that handy, and I'm gonna look at it maybe after the stream or maybe tomorrow. See if I can still have more than 30 seconds to play with, because that would be amazing. Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, I could implement my own list of clips so that I can link to the edit page from my panel. So many good things I can do with this. So many fun things. Yay. Okay. That works. You go away. So I still need the chat coloring. Let's do this. We're gonna keep it short today. 2 hours is, we did a lot of good things. We have something working and functional now. We have a nice overlay. So we are going to work on all of these chores next Monday. Pagination, cleaning up files, and a new route maybe. Yeah, we're gonna save that for Monday, and also see if we can do the chatter colors for this overlay. All right, I'm gonna skip the next ads. It's about to run and we're about to be done. So thank you so much for everyone who joined me, for everyone who joined me again. Thank you. And as always, if you found any of this helpful, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, follow me on Twitch if you're not doing so already, and I'll see you on Monday. If you're on Twitch, stand by. We are going to raid someone, which is always fun. Let's go watch this guy. What's his name? Phenomenon. He's playing some retro games. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. That's awesome. Simple Livewire example for Reverb. You can go. All of this code is in GitHub right now. You can go to my GitHub page and look for TTS-panel, and all of this code is over there. And none of the code is too complicated the code is simple enough for you to follow it. So if you want a Livewire example with Reverb, go ahead and look at the code over there. Very simple examples, and they accomplish all of the things that you just saw. All right. Okay, let's raid Phenomenon. Okay. Yeah, we're ready. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend, a great Friday, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Yeah, that was on Runaway Robots channel. Turtles use stolen manhole covers as the ammo for the turret on their van. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Tuto! Thanks for the raid. Thank you. Oh, okay, Bogus. I must have been thinking of a different one then. My bad. Serifivant? I don't know how to say your name. Serif. Range, because you're averse to getting hurt, and range decreases the odds. I was kind of where I was going, too, yeah.